Hi, I'm Dave Koch. Welcome to the final episode in this Building Your Own Real Estate Photography Business workshop. Now we're going to look at what is success. What does success look like? What does it feel like when you get there? What is success? Obviously, you're going to have to define that for yourself. My idea of success may not be yours, but I think there's a few different things we can look at and get a measure of what a successful business really is. When I first started, I thought, if I could be shooting luxury homes, make a six-figure income, and work on my terms, I'd be a success. And you know what? I've achieved those things, and I feel like that has been a success. But I've also learned that there's a lot of other things that come into play for being a success. And some of those I've just learned in the last year. And I think one of the most important things is feeling comfortable in your own skin. You know what? In many ways, I found it. And there are still a lot of things I'd like to refine. There are other goals I want to achieve. But I'm at a place right now where I feel very comfortable and I feel very lucky, and I'm able to say this is a job I want, this is not a job I want. If I don't get this job, I'm okay. I don't need every job that comes down the pike for me. And I've gotten to the point where if one of those words is collaborative. I want to collaborate with the people I'm working with. If a job doesn't have me collaborating with people, it's not maybe necessarily the job for me. I just recently have been doing some work at some very nice resorts in Deer Valley. And one of the things I love about doing resorts is I'm in that room with the marketing director, with housekeeping, with engineering, and we all sit there and we worry about every single frame. We look at every single room. We go through every room. And the cool thing is, I go through and I do this, and this. Marketing has a completely different agenda, and they look at that, and that. So that's why collaborative is one of the 5 keywords of my business. Passionate is another. I don't know if you can tell that or not, but I'm passionate about photography. I love taking pictures, and more than anything, I love taking beautiful pictures. And that's at the core of my business. So I think the more jobs I can do that incorporate 3, 4, or 5 of the terms that Kelsey Curtis made me agonize over to define for my business, the more close I am to success for me. So that's kind of my idea of success. And, as kind of an off the cuff, aloof sort of statement, I think when I stop learning, when I stop growing as a photographer, that'll mean it's time for me to quit. It's not success. It's, and I don't mean that as that's why I should quit. I mean that one of the things I enjoy about photography is that I am always growing and I am always learning, and I'm trying to find the beauty and the truth and the fun in everything that I do. For me, that's success. I think having trust from my clients that they know that if they have to, they can call me up, say, here's the door code, go shoot it. And they're going to get exactly what they need. That's an important thing. And that, I think I achieved that fairly early on. And I think it's important that you do have that relationship trust with your clients. And I think that's a mark of success when people know that, oh, yeah, Dave's doing it. We don't have to worry about it. Another sign of success, and something I take particular pride in, is getting involved in your community. There are so many different ways to do this. What I prefer to do is to use my talent, if you want to call it that, my passion for photography to give back. You know, if you've got something that you're particularly good at that most people aren't, why not use that as something that you can give that has extra value? You know, if I were a football player, you know, and I was famous, I'd use my fame to give back, and a lot of people do. For me, I use my photography to give back to my community. One thing I take particular pride in is working with a couple of the local high schools and giving back by taking pictures of their drill team and their dance teams. I get something out of it too. Dance is not something that's very easy to shoot, and it's particularly fun when you get a good shot. But it's also fun because it's something that stretches my creativity and again gets me fired up and builds my passion because it's not something I can do every day. One shot in particular, she wanted to do it in the river, and basically I call it the Little Mermaid shot, you know, flinging her hair back. And I said, okay, we're going to do it, but we're going to cover ourselves first. And we shot, you know, a decent non-wet picture first. Then we went into the river and shot it, and 4 shots, and I got that image. And you know, you feed off of each other and you just build. You know, this year one of my realtor friends wanted to do something to give back to the community also, and she did a cookies with Santa thing, and she asked me to photograph children with Santa. And I was more than happy to do that because, again, it gave me a chance to use my skills and what I'm good at and do something to help others. So I think when you're able to give back and do something like that and give of yourself, that's a tremendous sign of success. And I took it as such. I think a sign of success too is when you feel the pride of a job well done, when you've represented a property as best as you possibly can, and people see that and they go, wow, those images really stand out. Those stand above what I normally see for images on the MLS or on the internet. For me, it's important, and we talked about this, I think, in the burnout section, but it's important for me to take the time to have personal projects. I see a building that I really like. I'll go out and I'll shoot it on my own time because I want to. Or something like with, you know, all the real estate photographers that are all going to come together in April in Moab. We've got, you know, 12 of my friends coming down, and you know, I'm going to tour them around, and we're all going to stretch in a way that we've never stretched before. None of them are landscape photographers, and we're going to just go out. We're going to have a good time. We're going to help each other. We're going to congratulate each other, and we're just going to push each other to do something new, something different, something fun, and hopefully something very personally rewarding. I'm really looking forward to see some of these people. I honestly, I love all of them dearly, and it's really neat when you can make that kind of connection and that kind of friendship with people that live all over the world. I promised Sky up in Idaho I was going to mention her, so here's her call out because she's coming. But you know, we've got somebody from Reno coming. We've got people from New York and Connecticut coming. Somebody from Florida who I believe is in Dubai right now. He's coming. And Dace and Christopher from Denver are coming. You know, we're bringing people in from all over, and we're just going to have a great time. And it's all going to be about photography and building our passion and our excitement for photography and building our friendships at the same time. I think I've already mentioned that I think photography is about learning and growing and always getting better. And that's what my sign off, may your next shoot be your best shoot, is all about. It's about learning and growing and always pushing things and doing more and doing better. And to me, that's as long as you see that progression, as long as you always see yourself getting better, that's a sign of success. I take that very personal and I want to see that. And to me, that, like I said, that is a sign of success. I think it's also important that you keep that work-life balance in balance. You don't want to be the workaholic and you don't want to spend so much time away from work that you lose track of work. And so finding that balance is important. And when you do find that balance, I think that's another sign of success. I think when you can keep those both sides of your life in balance, you are winning the game. When your business grows and continues to grow and sustains you, that's probably the most obvious sign of success and the most recognized sign of success. When you look at the failure rate that we talked about earlier for businesses in general, photography business specifically, when you've made it 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road, that's something to be extremely proud of. And that's an obvious mark of success. It means you're doing something right, and hopefully you're doing it well. So take pride in something like that. When you have a long term business that's continuing to grow, to make money, to support you, and keep going, that's an obvious sign of success. All through this, we've talked about setting goals and setting milestones. Well, when you achieve those, there's another sign of success for you. And whether these are short term, 1 year, 2 year, or long term, 10-year goals, you should celebrate and be happy with each one because each one of those is another mark of success for you. If you want to set a mark of success being, winning photographer of the month and then winning it again, that's a great goal to achieve. And then once you achieve it, let yourself be happy. Be happy and celebrate that you've done something that you've set out to do. So I hope what you see here is success isn't just about finances, although that's a big indicator. There's so many other things that come into success: personal growth, your creativity, your work-life balance, and so many other things come together and make your whole life a success. Well, thank you so much for coming with me on this journey of discovering what real estate photography is and how to make your real estate photography business a success. I hope you've learned a lot in this, and I hope you'll also take me up on my offer. If you have questions, if you have comments, if you have anything, let me know. I'm easily accessible by email, on social media. Let's talk. If you're having problems, let me know. I'll talk you through it. I'll give you my advice. I may be right. I may not be right. You've got to decide that. But I'm there for you. And, don't forget to reach out to other photographers that you know because they'll help you too. The whole thing, one of the absolute coolest things about photography is it is not a zero-sum game. Here's a final tip for this series. And I hope this sums everything I've tried to say up in the whole workshop. And that is, remember that this is a journey. We're not at the destination yet. We're going to keep working and moving towards a goal and just continue moving that way. And your success in business is the same thing. It's not something all of a sudden you achieve and you're done and you can relax and everything's good. You're going to keep going down that road. You're going to keep going down that journey. And photography is one of the greatest journeys you can make because you can continue to learn, continue to grow, and continue to make friends as you make that journey. And that's what I wish for you. As I always say, I hope your next shoot is your best shoot. And if you decide to follow this journey and follow this road, I hope that you find that every successive shoot is even better and more rewarding. Good luck.